Hi everybody, and welcome to my flip through video for my new Ciao Midnight Spell mini album. Now this mini album was designed for Scrap and Create. There is a full tutorial series that's available, and I will link that playlist below in the description box. But also all the products that I have used to create this album are linked in the description box below. So if you would like to purchase those products from the Scrap and Create website, as well as one of the products from my Etsy shop, everything is linked for you so you can follow along. This album measures about 8 inches by 8 1/4 by about 2 3/4. I'm going to flip this around so you can see this. This is kind of like the feature of this album, is this really pretty corset spine. It is purely decorative. It is not a true corset. And then here's the back of this. And there is some lace to just make this a little bit softer and look like a fairy tale princess book. On my front cover here, I have some flowers from Prima. I have several of the silver charms that come with your paper when you purchase a lot of the paper from Scrap and Create. They give you coordinating metal pieces and charms. I've added some little tiny pearls here and throughout my pages to give a little bit of extra dimension and embellishment. Now on the front cover here, I do actually have a magnetized piece that opens up. So it starts right off the bat where you can place photos here on the cover. I did use the Fussy cutting sheets in a lot of places on the background, on the back side, as places for photo mats. So you know exactly where to place your photos in this album. This album is held together with a ribbon closure. It has 4 pocket pages on the inside, and we will go through one by one and take a look. Now the front and back covers are identical. They're very plain. You can place photos here, or you can just leave it as is to see that pretty paper. Hopefully you'll be able to see this show up on camera, but I've got some of those little tiny pearls here. I've got another one of those flowers. I did pull the centers out of the flowers and put pearls because I thought it softened the look. There is lace trim on each of the front features on every page, as well as pull tabs for you to be able to know where to lift up and pull up. So here I have the first photo mat. It's a smaller photo to fit a 4x5 photo there. Many of these photos actually fit 4x6. I've got a small tuck spot here with a journaling card. This opens up again. Here we've got room for a photo. This is open, so the photo will tuck behind it. And then both of these will open up, so you can place a photo here and a photo here. Then in the pocket, we've got a large photo mat, and each of my photo mats has one of the charms from Scrap and Create dangling down from the edge. They are completely covered with the decorative paper. I did have enough to be able to cover that. So you could place smaller photos, or you could place a larger photo, however you choose to use your photo mat. For the back side of the page, I have my lace trim and my pull tab again. I have one of my flowers, again with a pearl in the center. I've used one of my chipboard flourishes from my Etsy shop, and it's lined with some little tiny beads. Prince Charming also has some buttons that are lined with beads. This is going to flip up, and up here we've got 2 flaps that fold out that will hold 4x5 photos, and then here a 4x6 photo will go underneath of this. This is not adhered down. Then on the base of the page we have a large pocket, and I have a photo mat with a brad that will swivel so you can place 3 photos there. This pocket is deep enough that you could actually place more photo mats in it, so there is actually plenty of room to expand and add more to your album. For page 2 on the front over here, we have a ribbon closure. Hopefully you can see this. There's a bunch of those little tiny pearls all the way down that trim. This opens up. There's room for a photo here. She is open, so the photo will slide behind her. And then here we have a photo mat for 2 3x3 photos, and room for journaling on the back, or you could place photos here as well. This flap is magnetized. It flips open. There's a belly band here with a little card or a booklet They do not have paper on the inside because a 4x6 photo will fit perfectly here, so you wouldn't likely see the paper. If you want to completely cover those booklets, you would need to get another sheet or a couple sheets of paper or another paper pack. Got flaps here that are 2 smaller flaps. They open up, room for photos on the back. And then I wanted to use the 12x12 clock paper here, so I cut this from the clock. I just use my craft knife to cut this. That way you can still see that image, and then I have a photo mat here. This is open, so a photo could slide behind it, or you could place a smaller photo there and a photo on the back. And then that will just slide right behind there, so you can still see that pretty paper. In the pocket, there is another photo mat. This one has another little charm on it, completely covered with that decorative paper. On the back side of the page, I have a row of those tiny pearls down here. I've got one of those flowers with the pearl, and then the lace trim on the first waterfall flap. So these flip open. You could place photos on both of these, or you could place photos on the back so you could still see that pretty design paper. Really, it just depends on how many photos you wanted to place in your book. And then you could place another photo here. Then in this pocket behind the waterfall, I have room for 2 wallet-sized photos. This is open, so the photo will tuck behind it. And then on this side, I have room for a 4x6 photo. For page 3, I have a decorative element here. I actually had planned to cut into the image here like I did with the clock page and have a photo mat tucked in here, but I forgot and put the paper down first, so I adapted my page. I've added a flower here with one of the pearls, and it does have a ribbon closure. There is lace trim down this side. This flips open. Then this flap here flips up. We have room for a photo there, and then room for another photo here on the page. This is open, so that photo will slide underneath there. Then over here, we have this flap will open up this direction, and we have a smaller mat here with the design paper, and I've actually turned this one into a journaling card. Now you could put a photo here, you could journal, whatever you would choose to do. Then on the page, since I forgot to place my photo mat on the front cover, I just added it to the page here. So 2 photos could go on here, or you could just leave the front plain and put your photo on the back. Then there is room for a 4x6 photo on the base of the page, and then this will tuck right in here to stay in the album. Now in this pocket, we have another large photo mat. This one has the crown charm, completely covered with that decorative paper. For the back of page 3, I have another one of those flowers with the pearl in the center, my lace trim with those little tiny pearls down there. This is magnetized, so it opens up. It's a trifold. There's room for 2 wallet-sized photos and a larger photo. Then behind this belly band here, I have a little photo wallet or booklet. So this flips open. Room for 2 full-size photos there. She is popped up, so the photo will slide behind her. And then on the back, you can place another photo. For the front of page 4, I have lined the wheels of the carriage with those pearls. I have one of my chipboard pieces here. I have chipboard pieces here as well. These were the insides of this. This one I just covered with some of those pearls that match here. The ribbon closure holds the page shut. There is trim down here. This flips open. There are 2 flaps here that flip open. Room for 2 smaller photos here and a larger photo. And this is open, so you can place that photo behind there. Now on this lower flap, there's actually a pocket on it, so there is a photo mat that you can place your photos on, and it just tucks right in that smaller portion. Then this opens to the base of the page where a 4x6 photo will go, and this is open, so the photo can tuck behind here. This is the 4th photo mat, so it has the little love charm with the pretty image of Cinderella. And then on the back side, we have that pretty floral paper. For the back of page 4, we've got those pearls down that lace trim. I've got some pearls on her headband as a necklace and around her waist as a belt. This is magnetized, it flips open, and then this one flips open again. There's room for 2 photos there. And then this flips open, and we've got room here for a journaling card, or you could place smaller photos on it. And then underneath the belly band here, I have another booklet. Room for 2 photos. These are open, so you can place your photos underneath of there. And if you wanted to, you could place a photo on the back. You could place this card this direction, but I just thought it looked better on the page in this orientation, so that's how I placed it. Then the back cover, like I mentioned, is just plain, just like the front cover, so you could place photos here if you needed more photo space. Album. If you are interested in creating your own album, there is a complete video tutorial series. I will link it in the description box below, so you can click on those videos and go through and create your own. If you are interested in purchasing this actual album that I have made, I am going to make this one for sale on my website, so there will also be a link to this if you would like to purchase that. And a big thank you to Scrap and Create for providing all of the papers that I used, as well as the embellishments for making this album. Everything that you will need is linked in the description box below, so go ahead and click on those links, purchase those products, and follow along. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.